this is pretty much what we have. So I needed to find out how to put, if I'm playing a 4v4, a 3v3 match, a 4-player core set, I have these 2 boxes I'm going to need to have in there. And then if I want bonus content, I'm also going to have this in here, provide tanks. And then the other expansion stuff, this pack, this pack, this pack. See, the problem is, here's what the problem becomes. You get swamped with just a bunch of boxes that you have to carry around wherever you go. When I mean a bunch of boxes, here's a core set game right here. This Company Heroes, the board game, right? And this is how many extra boxes come with the game just to play a 3v3. And then if you want to add some extra tanks, extra commanders, you're here. Then if you want to add a stew pack, you're here. You want to add this, you're here. You want to add this, you're here. So just play 3v3. I need all this if I want to play with the bonuses. And why the hell would I not want to play with the bonuses if I spent over $100-some on them? Do you know what I mean? So my question was, how the hell do I get all this into here while keeping this box set? But the problem is, if you want to play a 4v4, you need either 2 4-player core sets, so one of these, and another one of these. So that is where we're at right now. So here's what I did. Okay. I got rid of, so instead of having all these boxes here, what I did was I got rid of all these boxes and I compact them into these 2 boxes here. So we went from having 1, 2, and all this shiz right here to just 2 boxes here, and all this is removed. This is all gone. So now I can carry around a full 4v4 map, a full 4v4 game in 2 boxes. And these 2 boxes technically are a 4v4 box. But the problem is, the second problem you come upon is, if you have just these 2 boxes to play a 4v4, you don't have this the big problem with the game, OKW factions. Because these are separate. So how the hell do you get these factions into here also? Because I'm trying to play a 4v4 Axis versus an Allies, which now means I need 2 of these. Because there's 2 Warmach, and then you need 2 OKW. OK Commando, Ober Commando West. So this is where it pretty much set us into. So what I did was I created a little storage solution to just kind of show you what I did in a sense to fix this issue. And I'm kind of repeating myself, but I want you guys to understand how much shiz has to fit into here. So technically in this box, in these 2 boxes here, we have 10 armies plus all the expansions, not including the 2 Kickstarters, not including the terrain packs, which is terrain pack 1, terrain pack 2. But I do have a bonus in here. I do have parts of terrain pack 1. All the cool stuff other than the flags. So let me show you how I did this, how we organized this whole entire bad boy here. So here's how we did it. First things first, you have to ask the question, what the hell do we not need in a 2-box pack? Well, I'll tell you right now, it's the first thing we can take out. Because if you play a 4v4, certain things you're not going to need. Ouch. You won't need any of this. All the maps are useless because you already have all the maps you need in one of these boxes. So these become obsolete. So what I did was then from there was I told myself, okay, well, let's figure out if we can put all this stuff in here. And so I'm going to go through box by box and show you how I did it to put 10 armies technically into the box. So actually, my keyword's not even right here. Let me adjust that quick. 10 armies. I didn't think about that because it's not 8, it's 10 armies. All right. So first things first is we're going to go from box to box. I'm just going to go one by one because whenever I'm going to play Company Heroes, I want to be able to take 2 boxes and have everything in there. So this is what this is in here. And we're just going to dissect this piece by piece how I did it. Now, there's also a couple extra things I added to the game because when you're playing a 3v3 or a 4v4 game, There's a lot of components that I wouldn't say are missing, but weren't thought of in the cases. So let's go through our first box. And this is 10 armies in both these boxes and all the expansions other than terrain packs. Technically, and double the OKWs. So first box, let's go from this box first, okay? So in here, one box has to have the rules. Makes sense because at least one, you don't need 2 rule sets in each box. That's stupid. It's not stupid, but it's not going to be helpful. So one box will have the rules. You're going to have your 4 sheets, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And then you are going to have, I kept this, and the only reason why I kept this was because if I don't have a terrain pack with me, I can have the mortar emplacements, stuff like that. That's the reason why. And also on the back for flag posts. That's one of the reasons, only reason why I kept this in here. I didn't open it yet. And now we get to here. So in here is both boxes of material mixed in here almost. Almost, I'll say, because I had to move things around. So if you notice carefully, open this up, we're going to have double the dice. All the dice from both 4-player core sets are in here. Underneath these dice, then also all the little machine guns. This is the tank traps. You can actually see I have barbed wire here. So this is a lot of the terrain pack in here, but not all of it. Flag posts are here. I did want to keep 2 timers because timers you're going to need it for the games or players are slow. And then another thing you'll notice is what I did here was I took all the bonus commanders and I put them under here. So take this out. You'll see every single bonus commander is right there. Now these are all the commanders from the expansion. These are not the core commanders because you'll see the core commanders are in the actual trays. And then one of the reasons why I did it was because to keep it flat here when the thing sits on top of it. So you can take all these dice out. Honestly, in my opinion, you can just mix the dice. It doesn't matter to separate them. It doesn't really change much. And you know what? Here's one more dice to let in here. So I put all the commanders in all the expansion commanders. These are expansion commanders from Pathfinder expansion, Stug expansion, Eastern Front expansion, and also commanders from the Elite Commanders expansion. They're all in here. Okay, and then what I did was I just put all my dice over top. And here you can actually double layer these dice here with the small dice next to it. But not really a big of a deal because I found a way to adjust that. So that's where all these dice go. They're just going to sit right in here. And this is all the dice. Every single dice from both packs are right here in this box already. So solution done. Next thing we did was I had to think to myself, okay, I'm playing 8 players. A 4 core pack is packed with more stuff than what we need. What I mean by that is, and I left both of these in here, and I don't know, I technically shouldn't, but I left both these in here. But I only left this much white dice, and I took away one of the orange ones. These orange things are useless. We don't use them for damage tracking at all. I've never played a game where somebody uses it for damage tracking. I'll show you instead what we use to track damage on vehicles, because these things are just a waste. So, boom. That's what we have is here. And so, also, we have a couple of the mortars in here, too. Just extra stuff. These are just in case if extra things come up. This goes here. This goes here. And this goes right. These have to be flattened, because if you don't flatten it, it won't fit as easy. But other than that, pretty simple. Boom. Okay, also another thing you'll notice is a couple dice here. This is actually this is a slot here I used to put all the damage dice, except the extra ones. So right there, bada boom, bada bang. So nice and simple there. What else? I got the, these are the barbed wires on this side here. So barbed wires is more dice on the bottom, but everything dice-wise. So pretty much if I wanted to play the game, I can just take this and I have everything I need to play the game. Plus a lot of extras. I got some terrain pack extras in here. Okay, so that's what we did here. That's how we broke this down. Next thing we're going to do, I'm just going to go from top to bottom from one box and top to bottom to the other box. The next thing I did was I took out all of the commanders and the army dice, commanders for each army and their starting bases, and I just put them in each box. There's no need to have separate. I don't know why. Just so much easier. Boom. You got it. Here's your army. Boom, you can start playing. You know what I mean? I don't need to go through 5 bags. Same thing from the Soviets. I did the same thing there. And I think there is, and now you're gonna notice something a little different here. And this is what we'll talk about. One problem with company heroes that if you play bigger games, you'll see. If you play like 2v2s, you won't notice it. Once you start playing 3v3s and more, you'll start to notice it. Somebody recommended painting. I said, but we went with this method for now just because I thought it'd be the easiest. So, and I'll explain what that is. Here's the British Army, same thing. All the base commanders are in here. And base commanders are all in here. And so is their buildings. Another thing is also for here. Here's what I did here. So, because when you play a 3v3 game, when you play a 4v3, 4v4 game, you come upon a problem where if you have two Warmark players, oh, look at this. Hello. Come here, Kishka. Hello, buddy. It's the first time a cat's ever jumped on top of the table. What are you doing, bud? What you doing? What's up? What's up, bud? Playing with the Barbies again? Oh, man, Carp. I'm just showing how I packed everything up. I got my cat bouncing around the table just to help people out a little bit. Try to unorganize this mess. So what I did here was, when you're playing a 3v3 or 4v4 game, you're going to have problems with, if you're playing two armies that are warmocked, it's hard to keep track of which units are yours, which units are the enemies. Somebody said just paint the one army one color, the other army the other color. You could do that, but that takes time, and I'm not a painter yet. So what I did was, I just went to my local game store, and I bought a bunch of 12mm, what is this, D6 dice? Is that what that is? Yeah, just from 1 to 6. And when you play the game, you're going to put them in your unit trays, or you'll put them in your tank trays to separate them. So all the dice went into here for the one arm when you're breaking armies up. That's what I put into here. So this is a whole bonus stuff here. Now, here's where things get a little interesting, because what I did was I utilized the space on the side here. You'll notice on the top, I'll show it to you a little bit. If you guys should look carefully, I have my bunkers in here, my sandbags, I mean. I have all my bunkers in here from the terrain pack 2. So all these are in here. Every single one of them. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of them are in there. I also have more barbed wires in here. I also have more sandbags in here. So pretty much this is everything. This is legit everything I need. And I also have, I put in the Bofors here. More barbed wires and also. So like pretty much from Terrain Pack 1 and Terrain Pack 2, I stuffed the main stuff in here other than the buildings. So it sits on the side. If you actually look on the side of the crest, that's where I shoved everything in. So you kind of see it. If ever, and I was gonna put another thing here too. I'll show you what I kind of designed, but I don't know if I want to use it yet. Now give me 1 second. Technically, I didn't even design it. These are just the old ones from the other box. If I really wanted to keep things spaced here, I was thinking about putting this in here. But I was like, it's not going to be a big of a deal, so I just left this insert out. But I could have put that in there. But I was like, it's not a big deal, so I left that one out. And these are all the maps. So these are the maps, all the map handles you'll need to play 4v4, 3v3, 2v2, 1v1. So this is everything. So now if you notice, this is still kind of like the base game. There's nothing different from here. Nothing's changed, you know what I mean? I just have armies in here and the commanders together. So it's like nothing's really changed. So what's really... And I'll show you where the change happens. Change happens when we get to the other commander box. Let me put this back on. Yeah, the other commander box is where you're going to see the difference. So, boom, boom. And I also think I also put the sniper lady in one of these Soviets. She's another Soviet one. Okay. Boom. Because my goal is I want to take 2 boxes and have everything I need instead of 14 boxes. Because one of the big problems is when you have too many boxes, you can't really it's just annoying. So boom, boom, boom. Adjust that there a little bit. And then this just goes on top. So boom. This is everything you need to play the game right here. Done. Okay. So, and then we have the 4 spaces here with the mission booklet. 4 tabs, and then we also have the rule book. That's it. And now we're going to go to the other box. And here's where the magic happens. So what do we do for this box here? So this is pretty much kind of the same, but in this box is where the magic really happens. So that's the 4 basic armies in here, and now we're going to have 6 armies in here with all the commanders, expansions, and all the BS in here. So when I take the game, I'm only taking 2 boxes instead of effing 20 boxes because it's annoying. All right, so let's go to this box, and I'll show you how we got all that into there. So first things first, so you open the box. If we could open the box. Again, you got to notice we need these because for a 4v4, you're going to need every single one of these things. One thing you'll find different is there's only 2 here. The reason why is because the other 2 are on the side. I have them on the side here and here because there's space for it. Next thing you'll notice is we have the OKW. Now this OKW is a little different because this OKW fits the rest of the unit trays and the vehicle trays that we're going to use for the game. And it also houses the rest of the miniature more MGs and more ATs and sorts like that. So that's pretty much what this did. This is literally just, when you take this out, this is just the bonus stuff. So this, and I put a little foam here. So this is to have everything ready to go for a 4v4. We're talking big map games. And this is one OKW army in here. And then we'll slowly go down the list. And this is their commander card. And their building. So it's boom, bada boom. You whip this out. And you have everything here. Because what's going to happen is in the game is, because if you're playing a 4v4, it takes up so much space. You're going to need to have one side of the board with their own unit trays and the other side of the board with their own unit trays. So this kind of is really nice because you can keep this on the German side. Next thing is, here's the little side trays I talked about. Here's the 2 here. Because why have it anywhere else? Next, you're going to notice another OKW. This OKW is similar to this one, except the difference is in this one, you'll notice is just some things got switched around a little tiny bit. Nothing game-changing, but enough to make a difference and clear up. So first thing I notice is, we're going to get a closer eye view on this, is we have tanks in here. We have the elephant tank, the SU, what is that? I forget what tank this is. The SU-152. We got 2 of the SU-152s. We have the 2 Stug tanks here, and then we also have the 2 Warmack Stug tanks and the 2 OKW Stug tanks with a little foam here. A little bit of foam. Why not? You know what I mean? Gotta have a little foam here. And there's the elephant tank. But that's what we did here. I took all these commanders here. We took these 4 boxes and we just put them all into here. That's it. Pretty much. 4 boxes into here. So when you're playing this, all you're gonna do is when you play the game is you can leave these in here, and then when a certain player wants it, you just pull it out and give it to them. So that's where these 3 boxes went into. Simple, bada boom, bada bing. And then this is obviously their standard commanders and also their standard buildings. So nothing's changed here in that sense. All right, and now we go on to the next thing. So let's see what's next. Okay, so that's 2 OKWs right here. Well, that's 2 armies. Boom. Then, once again, the Americans are the same thing as the last Americans. So these will all be the same. The only difference is they're red dice. So there's, I think, 16, 12 millimeter red dice. That's all this is. This is when you're playing 3v3, 4v4 games. You're going to need these dice to separate same armies, different players. So use these dice in the unit trays. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this is still the same. Now, but the only thing you will notice here is I do not have the commander's cards in here. Or maybe I do. Hold on, let me double check. No, I do not. And bada boom, bada bing, and the Warmock here. I don't know why I didn't put them in, but I'll add them in later. So boom, bom, beam. Now here is where the last box goes in. This is the Elite Commander box. And this is where all these tanks sit in. So that is this box here. These are all the units for it in here. So that's every single one you need. And you got to remember, these commander cards, they are... Actually, my bad. These commander cards are here. These faction cards, they're mixed in with those dice in there. So yeah, all the Elite Commander cards are right there. So if somebody wants to play with them, they just whip this box out and bada boom, bada bing, they have it right there. So that's literally everything, all components in 2 boxes instead of all this shiz in there. And there's a couple bonuses there. Like remember, we have sandbags, we have tank traps, we have barbed wire, and what else we have? We have something else in there. And the Bofer. The only thing I couldn't find a way to put the flags in there. But I'm fine with that. So that is 10 armies into 2 boxes to play a 4v4 brawl. That's the idea behind this. And other than that, I mean, that's really all I wanted to show. If you have questions, I guess you can just ask. But that's all. I just want to show how to put 10 armies into 2 boxes with some extras. Kurt, you coming down again, my man? Boy, it was fun last week, man. Woo! Okay, W. Oh. I need to put all in. Bop. And see, like I said, there's an infantry trace in the tank trace. I have a little foam divider here, just to separate them out. And then there's some more infantry trace here. Because the thing is, you're gonna run out of tank trace, and so I think my wifey has a wedding this Saturday. Oh yeah, that sounds like a plan. Now this box, we put 2 on the side. So we put 2 on the side here because we can. And the reason why we can do that is because we don't have those foam inserts from the map packs. That's it there. Boom, boom. That's not. And I still kept these. The only reason why I'm keeping these around is because of the flag pulls. If I don't have the flag pulls, I'll still be popping. You know, we can still play. We'll just pop these out. But we have the sandbags in here. We have these in here. And I left these on here too because just in case we run out of what do you call those things? Bofers and emplacements, yeah. And that is it. That is 10 armies plus extras in 2 boxes. So we took all that junk, all this crap. And the thing is, man, these boxes look nice, but it's like they're so whatever, you know what I mean? And if I actually look in here, is it this one? No. I see the bottom of the box gives out event. I can see, yeah, I was gonna have to tape it, but and then some things we didn't add. We didn't add these orange cubes in here. We didn't add the orange cubes because we don't use these. These are kind of useless. And then half of these we don't need. And then we have some timers here. That's it. But other than that, everything else we left without the box. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tape the bottom, man, with that clear tape. That's the only thing I think I might do. But you know what? Honestly, man, this box with all this box of all the miniatures is actually weighs less than the core box. So this box actually weighs less than the core box here. And the reason is, it's just so much heavier, is because we took out literally all these maps. And these maps are pretty much the biggest amount of weight. So all these maps aren't in this box. So this box actually weighs less than a normal box. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show. It wasn't really too much more detail. That's how you put 10 armies plus the expansions into 2 boxes.